Today's video, I'm going to share with you guys something that took me 31 years to figure out, and also basically investing about $54,000 Canadian every single year for the past 4 years. This is totally going to be for people that, maybe you're someone that wants to advance in your professional career. Maybe you're someone that wants to start a business or even grow and scale your business, build a brand online. And finally, most of the people I've helped out are actually people that want to become private real estate investors so they can build a generational wealth and then not only pass down the assets to their next generation, but also pass down the knowledge that you're going to get through actually becoming a real estate investor, building a brand around yourself, and then starting a business and growing in your career. So let's go right into it. Essentially, I ran into this framework that I've created with the help of all my other coaches, all the people I've also coached as well. And it's a framework that I've used not only to help people get into real estate using none of their own money, but also make money online and get way ahead of all their peers in their careers. And what's this framework? I call it the HALO framework. So, simple acronym, we're gonna start with the H. And the H stands for having a high vibe frequency. Now, why is this important? Well, you gotta imagine, maybe you're gonna be trying to get a promotion and you're competing against someone else. Now, if you're that person with a high vibe frequency, this means you're always looking to solve problems. You aren't creating problems. You're super easy to work with. People want to work with you. You're attracting not just the blessings of, let's say, your boss or whoever you're working with, but you're also the type of person where when things get difficult, you don't go into doom and gloom, but you're just looking as a test, whether you believe in God or not. I'm not trying to push the idea on you. I'd love for you to join, the millions, if not billions of people that, look at Jesus Christ as truth and savior. But that's not what this video is about. This is about being a high vibe person where when disaster or all these difficult times happen, all you're really doing is you're looking at it as an opportunity to learn, an opportunity to audit. Maybe you made some mistakes. How can you audit and get better? And you're just looking at it as a little bit of a test that you can get through it. Those are the people that are going to be way easier to work with versus maybe your competitor is really difficult to work with. They're always complaining. They're criticizing other people instead of actually offering solutions. And you do not want to be that person. Instead, you want to look at all the benefits of actually being a high vibe frequency person, because it's just going to make not just your life easier, but it's also just going to make your potential bosses' lives easier. All your investors, if you're going to be a real estate investor, you're going to raise some money, get some VC capital. And even if you're going to be an entrepreneur, because as an entrepreneur, people are going to want to work with you if you're actually just high vibe and not someone who's difficult to work with. Next, if you're serious about getting ahead in your business, getting ahead in your career, getting those promotions, or even getting started in real estate and actually building generational wealth, well, the next acronym in the HALO framework is going to be attraction, right? So all attraction really is, it's your ability to create authority and have high level social skills. So again, it's having authority and high level social skills. Now, why is this important? Let's say if you're going to be a real estate investor, well, you're going to want to attract better tenants, better clients, and better investors. Same thing when you're building a career or building your business. You want to have this ability to create attraction that's going to actually attract better job opportunities, better positions, again, better clients, and also better people on your team. And think about all the benefits you will get by actually understanding how attraction works. Well, one, most of you guys that want to get into real estate, want to build a business, build a brand, you actually want to do this because you want to provide for your family. You want to create that generational wealth. Well, that beginning part of attraction is actually how do you attract someone that you're going to either marry or have a long-term relationship with. And I find it hilarious that some people, especially in like the pickup community, think that pickup is like the end of attraction. Well, it's not. You actually have to still build those attraction skills, not just to meet and date your girlfriend or your future wife, your fiance, but also to keep them, right? Like, you actually need a better game if you want to keep your future wife attracted to you. It doesn't stop there once the dating phase is over. But we're not talking about that. We're actually talking about how you can use this and why attraction and those high-level social skills is key for building that brand, getting into that business, getting into that next promotion and even getting into real estate? Well, you need to understand those emotional triggers for building attraction so you can attract people at a higher level, right? I actually had a friend who was looking to get a promotion, right? And his boss was actually congratulating him and was looking at all the benefits of him taking Toastmasters. If you didn't know, Toastmasters is how you improve your public speaking skills. But I asked him, because on the side, I'll actually coach really wealthy men on how to improve their social skills, because once these men have built cash and have built a high net worth, are really skilled in business, but when they struggle with their dating lives, well, they realize what was the whole point of making millions of dollars, building a brand online, becoming a successful real estate investor or even entrepreneur if they aren't with the love of their life. So they come to me and, within like a night, even a few weeks, they're able to really solve that dating problem. So I invited this friend out, and that's like the really interesting thing about offering your services, especially if you're a coach. If you're a coach watching this, you might ask yourself, why don't my friends really buy in or put skin in the game when you're offering some of this stuff for free and you'll have amazing results with all your other clients? Well, the thing is, it's because your friends don't actually have skin in the game, right? And that's the key part in attraction. You have to let other people invest in you, or else they're not going to value what you are offering. And I see this time and time again. And I actually feel bad for a lot of my close friends because they will never see me as that teacher. They'll never see me as that coach that's genuinely given other people results, right? And even with my closest friends, it is weird to charge them money. It's I really try not to. And I tell them you're not really getting any of the benefits. I tell them really straight up, if you don't pay, paying is for you. You pay so that you invest into the program, right? If someone pays $10,000 to work with me, well, they're going to get about $10,000 worth of value. If they get free, it's just entertainment. So with my closest friends, my friends that actually got into real estate with me, have, started growing in their careers and, have started businesses, I invite them to do trainings with me when I'm training with someone else. And I invite them to invest with me. I actually did a training program with one of my close friends. He owns real estate. He's gone into real estate with me. But I didn't just take that program and then teach him the stuff for free. I actually invite him hey, I got this coach. He's going to help us out with high level networking. He's going to teach us sales, a little bit of marketing, how to market on social media. How about you join the program with me? And the reason I'm doing this is because I want people to have skin in the game so that they get the full value. And that's the key part of attraction. It's not just what are you going to get out of it by your boss giving you that promotion or getting that investment so that you can close that real estate deal. You got to think about what's in it for them. And the key part there is you must allow people to invest in you, right? In the whole pickup community, it's called push and pull. But the reason why attraction is so key and it's part of the Halo framework is if you cannot create attraction, you will definitely not get those promotions. You will definitely not be able to attract real estate investors, and you'll definitely not going to be able to build that business because you got to have some understanding of attraction to pull them in so that you can actually show them how you are going to benefit them, but how they're going to benefit you and allow them to invest in you, your deals, you as an entrepreneur, or even you as an investor. So the next part of the Halo framework is leverage of time, focus, and energy. Now this is going to be key because this is really what's going to allow you to get more done in a single day than what most people will even get done in a week, a month, or sometimes even a year. Now, quick little story here is I actually traveled to Mexico to learn from one of the best when it comes to time management, and that's Craig Valentine. Shout out to him and his team because they've taught me so much, and it's actually allowed me to take what they've taught me and apply it to real estate investors, and then later on to other business owners or people that, again, want to get ahead in their careers. And you really got to imagine, at a high level, let's say you are already investing in these big deals and you're already really busy in your career, you're already someone who has already have a business, it's scaling, well, you just don't have enough time. And I hear this time and time again, especially people that are doing multiple things, is there's not enough time in a day. And I don't think that's true. I think it's just all about how you can actually leverage the right systems and get into a daily flow that honors where your natural focus is honors your energy levels, which, could go up and down depending on how you're built. And it also just honors how you manage your time. And this is going to be key as well, because it's going to increase the value of your time. Once you start putting these barriers in place, so you can really lock in your focus, lock in on your time management, lock in how you manage energy, well, you're going to start to realize who are the people that are just sucking time and value from you, right? Quick little story was like, I was actually talking to a friend, and I had to run around, do all these errands, and get him something that he needed, right? And I added a little bit of a premium on my time, $20, right? And the reason I got that is because the person I helped out, I connected person A with person B. My friend was person B. Well, they're actually both my friends, but anyway, I connected them both, and because I helped out person A get a client, well, he's like, hey, I'll give you a little bit of discount, just tack on your fee at the very end. So I said, hey, cool, let's go ahead and do that. Sold to the other guy, and he starts giving me like attitude, and like, this is a good friend of mine, I thought anyway. And I'm like realizing, like, for $20, I'm not gonna have this conversation. Instead, I just said, hey, to be honest, if you don't want me getting paid, cool, send the money to this guy, send him the discount that I got. But if you're actually cool with wanting me to get paid and we can make it win-win, send me my cut, $20. It's not gonna end your life. I'm at a point where I'm just charging for the value of my time. Something I've learned to put those barriers in place. What happened? Well, person decides to just cut me out the fee. And $20 is not gonna kill me or anything, but it comes with the principle that not everyone values your time, not everyone values your focus, and people definitely don't value your energy, right? So I'd rather find out that this person literally has no care about my time, focus, or energy, or any effort that I put in for $20 versus continually putting to invest in this person, where later on, if we're gonna do like a $20,000 deal or $200,000 deal, well, those are bigger numbers, and I'm just not gonna give that offering to this person anymore. And you might think, oh, it's not that big of a deal. Well, of course it's not, but you gotta think about it. I'm 31 years old, and the people that watch this, like, you guys are probably in your 20s, early mid 20s, maybe your early mid 30s, and you guys might have kids. You guys probably have a job and clients that you really want to take care of. You're investors. You're probably in a committed relationship, or you want to get into a committed relationship. These are all people that value your time, and that your time could actually be going towards helping them with their errands, their business, their needs. And if someone's gonna, snake you for $20, well, I literally don't have time for that. There's other people that actually value your time. So that's the real key advantage when you learn how to leverage time, leverage money, and leverage focus, is because you're gonna not just attract high level people, but you're gonna start exposing people that you should not be dealing with. And also on a day-to-day basis, hey, once you learn how to manage time, energy, and focus more efficiently, well, it's gonna really allow you to start that business, even if you're working a job. Like, how can you carve out 1 to 4 hours a day? Because if you're working a job, and trust me, I still work my career, like, I love teaching, but I know that it takes a lot of time. It offers me the summers off, so maybe you have a career like that. Now, that's actually going to take a bunch of time from all the other things that your job requires. So if you are able to leverage these time management skills, this focus management skills, energy management skills, you won't be trapped in that job or that career. Instead, you'll be able to use that job in the career and the extra bonus time that you'll create to catapult you forward. Because until you're able to leave that job, if that's something you actually want to do, you're just stuck working around that. And you gotta be vigilant with your time, or else you're just gonna become stuck in this endless loop. And you keep telling yourself you're gonna start that business, you're gonna make more sales, you're gonna get into real estate, but nothing ever changes. And that's why it's super important to manage your time even better than you manage your money. Now, the last part of the Halo formula is going to be ownership, aka wealth creation. Now, this is gonna be important because this is what's really gonna allow you to create that long-term generational wealth by owning assets, investing, whether it's in real estate or stocks or whatever it is you want to invest in, and actually just monetize your skill set. So not only can you offer that to the world, but you can just generate more money and just have that ability to maybe use your phone like this and create an income. And what you'll actually learn in this is how to use simple sales skills, simple marketing, and then wealth creation methods that have been working for decades and generations. For myself, I chose real estate. I still invest in a little bit of stocks, a little bit of crypto. But that being said, the main key part that I want you guys to learn and we actually teach in our programs. So if you're actually finding value in this and you want to work with me one-on-one or even in a group setting, well, I teach this full Halo framework so that you can live the life that you actually want to live, generate income doing what you genuinely want to do. And it doesn't mean that you have to sacrifice years of your life. You can actually do this with 1 to 10 hours a week so that you can actually build something alongside of your job. Because I know everyone's busy and I know that, money is not the only goal. You can actually use this to generate what's called halo effect. Because once you're able to have that high vibe frequency, be able to learn key triggers for attraction, be able to leverage your time, energy, and focus, and then finally, just be able to have the ability to create ownership, to own assets, to own your brand, to have that sales, marketing, wealth creation strategies, well, people are going to start putting you on a pedestal. And people are going to start giving you opportunities that you wouldn't even imagine. So another quick story with this is, I've been creating content for since 2017, and I don't really know how to use a camera, but people started reaching out to create content for them. And that's actually what's gotten us with working with literally the biggest nightclub owners and promoters in my city of Winnipeg. And we've worked every single major event and party that's happened in the city. I was just working Scream, which is the biggest Halloween party in Winnipeg. And all of these opportunities came because of creating content and understanding how halo effect works. Look, I'm not the best video person or photo person, but I understand how to combine all these things, not just for my use, but also for the client's use. How can we create halo effect for the client? How do we put the client at a higher pedestal so that their clients want to work with them, they want to stick with them, and they want to continually go to their events, right? So again, if you're interested in this kind of stuff, this is exactly what I teach. I actually opened up a free school that you can check out. It's going to be a link in the bio. I want to see you win. I want to see you improve, but you got to put some skin in the game. So that being said, if you want to work with me one-on-one, you can go into that school, just sign up for the free version, or you can pay. There's a lot more benefits, a lot more juicy goodies. You get to work with me one-on-one, but one-on-one mentorship, it's not cheap because I want to really invest into you. Like I said, if you want to invest in yourself, I want to invest in you, and I want to see you win, but it's all about having skin in the game, okay? You can learn all this stuff for free. If you don't take action and you don't actually have skin in the game, well, this is just going to be entertainment, which is fine. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm still going to keep out putting that free content, but if you're serious about transforming your life, building that brand online, becoming a real estate investor, getting ahead in your career or in your business, you gotta not just subscribe and go to the free school, but you gotta send me that direct message once you're in that school, and then I'll send you a free assessment on how exactly we can use the Halo framework to help you get to the next level. You guys are awesome. I love you. See you next time. Peace.